Hey, we are here today to help you with your guided online preparation. And who I have with us is my lovely wife, Debbie, and she is going to explain to you what you need to get ready, whether you do the guided online Passover meal on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or whenever you're going to do it. She's going to go through some of the items. We've been doing this for what, 20 years now?
Yep, I think so.
So
Yeah,
go ahead, Deb.
it's good.
Tell everybody what they'll need to prepare.
Okay. Well, this is always such a treat for our family, and especially we used to do it when all of our children were really young. We're blessed with five children, and we had the four boys when we first started to have our Passover. And that's what it really talks about. Passover is a wonderful thing that you could do as interactive dinner theater with your children, allowing God's word to come alive in your home. So some of the things that you could gather up, they say that your Passover meal should be different than all other nights. So it's a most people like try to make it formal. You know, use your best dishes, get dressed up, create an atmosphere where this is special. It's a special night that people can know that they're celebrating the Passover with that. So some of the things to get started with are, as you can see on our table, we have two candlesticks. Any kind of candles will work. Candlesticks are probably the best. So you start your evening with that, and then on the Seder plate we have in front of us here, there is the parsley that you'll need, some kind of greens, bitter greens, if you have anything at home to do that. There's the horseradish, which is something that's going to be like very bitter. So something
extra hot.
Yes, yes, very, very hot. Yes. And then we have a hard boiled or roasted egg. And then they either a shank bone or it's a chicken bone. So just be creative.
Best we could do.
Yes,
short notice.
That's right. That works. That'll be great. And then there's harosa, which is something that's a treat. It's very sweet. So we at our house we grate up some apples. We get sweet apples, so like Golden Delicious, Honey Crisp. You want something nice and sweet. You grate that up, and then we add cinnamon to it, a little bit of grape juice, and then you can put whatever nuts you like in there. Usually, I use some walnuts and pecans, and then I put a little bit of grape juice in there because you want it to look like mortar. So you need to do it the day before and let it get a little dark, and so it looks like mortar.
Then you make some amazing. It's called harosa. It's amazing.
Yes, and we usually always make extra because everybody likes to eat it for a couple days. It's a treat. And then we have on the table some bowls you'll need. So one has just salt water, and the other one is to wash your hands. You'll need, and then we have grape juice or wine, whatever your home likes to celebrate with, to have some grape juice, and then we have our matzah. And usually during Passover, it's called the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So usually that's why we use masa. It's unleavened, but you could use crackers, you could improvise, but that's what we usually use. So
that's the plate, beginning. Basically the Seder plate or the plate set up, just so you have an idea of what needs to be put together. If you go on to our website, we have everything listed at igateway.org of what you'll need to put together or should have together, but it's okay if you have to improvise if you don't have matzah or if you have stuff with yeast in it. It's okay to still just make the most of the night. How about incorporating a meal with this?
The traditional meals for a Passover is usually a brisket, roast chicken. Usually it's roast, so like a turkey. I'm going to be making a turkey at our house. Our family likes so whatever's special to you. Yeah, you want it to be. It's usually a long, enjoyable festival. So food is always part of that, at least in our house.
Yeah. And Deb and I wanted to put this video together for you so you can maybe just have a quick look, so you're not anxious or worried. And even if you don't have something together, one of the things you also have to have is some napkins so that
there's the napkins are underneath the matzah we have. So there's a napkin we have.
Yeah. So there's at one point in the meal, you'll have to put 3 matzahs in some kind of cloth. I mean, these are actual bags, but it's okay to use like a cloth to just wrap them up.
Exactly. Okay. And then, just a couple extra napkins. We have towels because there's like hand washing. So towels to do, but
and to celebrate a feast that's been going on for what 3,500 years, and it's the first feast on the Jewish calendar. It's the Passover. We believe is actually was the Last Supper, and we're celebrating the way Jesus would have celebrated the feast, and it's a great time. And I know many of us we're in the coronavirus threat right now, so we're staying at home with our families, and this is a great time to gather your family together. Yep. And if you make mistakes, it's okay. Just follow along the best that you can. And I think our first Passover meal, we had a lot of bumps, but it was the Lord will bless it. He encourages us. He tells us to celebrate the feast.
Yes.
And yeah, we're most of us weren't raised doing a Passover meal, but once you step into it and see the significance of it, I think it'll be a tremendous blessing for you and your family. So I hope this was helpful. Any other thoughts in preparation?
Yes, if you could pass me the bag over there. So what we do, we call this the afikomen. And in part of that night is probably the highlight for the children, which they will always remember, is that you will hide part of this. And then whenever they find it, it needs to be bought back. So at that point, you're going to need some greenbacks here to be able to redeem back what's in here. So that's another fun part of the evening. You'll be able to celebrate with your children too.
So we will be not live broadcasting, but we're going to record this and then we're going to broadcast it on Facebook, 7:00 on this Wednesday night, which is the actual day of Passover. Also Thursday night and Friday night. And just a way to gather your families together. So if you're considering doing it Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, it'll be available on YouTube or on Facebook Live. And we just encourage you to do that. And hopefully, if you have any questions, just email us, chris@igateway.org, and we can help answer any other questions that you might have. But this will be our first try at a guided online Passover meal. And so we're grateful to have you together with us. We love you, and we will see you Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Thank you.